What is up? Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Happy Friday. Let me get my screen shared up here real fast. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. Share. Perfect. How's everyone doing? Happy Friday. First, the unknown name. First this morning. Awesome. All right. Well, hey, it's Friday. Let's jump into it. I'm still, ever since I got this new computer, I'm still trying to figure out what all I've got going on here. Sometimes it gets a little bit crazy. I grabbed the wrong keyboard, grabbed the wrong mouse, whatever, different things like that. But anyways, first off, can I get a mic check, sound check? If you will, let me know if everything sounds good. Pete Bragg, happy Friday. I like that. Happy Friday. Yeah, so here we are. It's Friday. Let's kind of build out our day a little bit. First thing I'm going to look at is just what's going on. Economic calendar. Do we have anything to worry about this morning? We do have S&P Global Composite PMI, Manufacturing and Services PMI at 9:45 Eastern. We also have, let's see here. We also have the Michigan Consumer Sentiment final version. We have Fed Daily, Fed Jefferson this morning, and that's about it on that. So interesting. We do have those things going on. As far as it goes for the market, where we're at, news headlines, anything else. Few things moving around. UNH is getting destroyed right now based on a DOJ investigation. Coinbase is actually up on a dropped kind of investigation there. So two different things happening there from the DOJ, which is interesting. And yeah, I think that's about all the headlines I really know. We had a bunch of earnings yesterday. Mercado Libre, one of my favorite names, is big time, 12% still, which I need to get all of these charts changed back over here because I was watching several earnings yesterday. Let's go back and take a look. What are you guys watching this morning? What do we have going on in your world? What are you trading? What are you keeping eyes on? What are you excited about? Were you in Celsius? Are you fired up about Celsius? Maybe you were in Rivian and not as fired up this morning, depending on which side you were. And what do I need? I need this one right there. Perfect. All right, well, essentially, 5 minutes till the open here. Essentially, turn the background sound. Oh, okay. Got you. Appreciate that. There we go. Yeah, it like defaults to like a certain level. I always have to turn that back down. Mike, thanks for the avocados. Aguacate this morning. Yeah, name unknown. I appreciate that right there. Just turn down that music just slightly there in case it was a little too loud. But yeah, hopefully everything sounds good. Looks okay on the screen side of things. Let's switch these over a little bit. Boom. This a little bit bigger. Let's see. The one I do like having the background music because when it's just quiet, it's just weird. It's just strange. I need to turn on my news squawker over here. All right, well, we're ready to set up the day a little bit here. A couple minutes to open. The main thing you can see here is yesterday we had a big sell-off. We've completely recovered that, and we filled the little gap here, and that's where we're hanging out. This is also previous all-time high right here on QQQ. So we're right at the previous all-time high. SPY, same story, right? We didn't recover everything on SPY, but we did get right back to all-time high. That's what I have this yellow dashed line marked as right here, just so we have that and know kind of where we're at. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Nothing wrong with this, right? So absolutely nothing wrong with this daily chart, in my opinion. If you look at, let me see if I can move the chat down here a little bit. As soon as I do that, I was going to try to put that down here in the bottom of my screen. That didn't work out, so we're going to go back up here. I'm about maybe a week or two away from getting like everything really reset up how I want it. Then we'll be fantastic to go. But yeah, daily chart here. So you look at this, move up, move back down, kind of a bull flag look, really, in a way, consolidation pattern here and all of this. And we broke out, we back tested it. This, I mean, look, DeepSeek scares the market, tariffs scare the market, and again, tariff, and then right here, hot CPI. We hit this massive volume shelf that you see right here, massive volume shelf, obviously. And 50-day moving average, the 20-day was down here as well. And we've ripped a new all-time high since then. Yesterday, pulled back. Not a terrible spot to pull back to. And then got bought back up. We are selling off a little bit right now. Here's what NQ is currently. But anyways, that's what your daily looks like there. Hold on, let's take a look at SPY. Very similar. Look at SPY. This whole area. So this to me is a big area. This shelf. This is exactly what we bounced off yesterday. You see the volume shelf here. I zoom. Well, hold on. Boom, right there. This shelf here. We came down, got bought up off of that. I don't know. We'll see. We do have monthly options expiration today, so keep that in mind for sure. What's up, Mark? Good morning, my friend. Oh, big candles coming through right now. I don't know. I don't really like taking trades right before open. Here we are, 35 seconds until the open. So we'll see what's going on there. And yeah, well, here we are. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger. Let me get my screen adjusted to the right size. Yeah, what are you guys watching? Or are we just here to trade and learn and hang out? Either way is fine. All right, here is our open. We have a gap fill down to right here. All right, I'm taking a look at it. I'll just what's going on right now. Let's take a look at what's moving. All right, CrowdStrike down the most that I see. Walmart slightly red as well, moving downward. Broadcom red. Not big red, but a little bit red. Taking out some pre-market lows here on a couple names. There's NVIDIA taking out pre-market low, moving red. Amazon, big move down. A lot of big moves down. Yeah. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Boy, that was an aggressive move down. AMD pushing up. Meta is green. Microsoft slightly green. And Google right at break even. All right, bounce a little bit. Remember, monthly options expiration, so be careful today. Obviously, anything could happen. Be a lot of things going on. Don't forget we have, what is going on? Ah. I'm not taking any trades right now until this kind of works itself out just a little bit. Yeah, we did fill the gap, so you see the gap candle fill right there. Look at that, we bounced right on it too. Interesting. We can go down to the 5-minute and probably see this a little bit better now. Yesterday's close right in here. All right, I'm checking everything I can find. Oh, NVIDIA just flew. Hold on, check this out. Check out NVIDIA. Holy, that's a liquidity grab right there. Well, that was a heck of a liquidity grab there. I'm trying to figure out why things moving a little bit slow right now. But anyways, yeah, so nobody in here is watching anything, huh? Just watching me. ES is pulling down harder, way harder. Uh, yeah, if I had to guess, I would think we dip lower today and then come back. What? Celsius just got halted. No way, Brian. Is that for real? Is Celsius halted right now for real? What? Why is it halted? Wow. What is there news there? Celsius halted because everyone's trying to get out. Wow, that's wild. All right, let me get back to SPY over here. I don't know why this is moving so slowly right now. Wow, can't close your positions. That's wild. That is wild. That's strange. APLD. I haven't looked at that name in forever. Applied Digital. Ooh. Yeah, Big River here up 15%. Oh, some Tesla puts are coming in active according to the Squawker right now. Boy, what is dragging SPY right now, guys? Because this is XLY, XLE. Okay, energy's down. Wow. Interesting. To be honest, I don't have a real clear picture of what I want to trade right here. Tesla's pushing downward. What else is yeah, Amazon's down. Microsoft, Google. Microsoft's trying to go red. Google just went a little bit red. It's trying to fight back. IWM is getting smoked. 5 minutes, we've got some data coming out. Let's wait for that and get at least a 15-minute orb to deal with. Boy, I'm tempted to I don't know. My thought was we would come down here and then recover our way back up into here. But that's just the thought. There's no data or anything around that. So obviously we want to make sure the data. So we'll get this orb in a minute. We'll get some of these earlier indicators. We already had the gap fill. If we would have played the gap fill short right there at open, that would have been a nice play. I was a little bit too late for it, so unfortunately didn't get that. Too many things open on my Celsius still halted. A friendly reminder, this is options expiration for the monthly. I mean, we're sitting right on the pivot point. We recovered yesterday. Now we came straight back down into it. I mean, if you hold here, it still looks good. If you accept below this 100, down to even like 75, then it starts to look awful. Three minutes. Isaac says not halted anymore. CLH. That was weird though. Why did it halt? Oh, I can't. I mean, was it just a circuit breaker halt? Just a too many orders halt? Now the video's coming down. Guys, if you're seeing some of this wild action, look, we can just click through here. Microsoft, look at the videos all over the map. Monthly options expiration. You had the SPX ones this morning. Now you've got the rest of these happening, by the end of the day. So positions moving and rolling and changing. SPY holds this level. This looks decent, but boy, it's probably a bounce play right now if you want it. Yeah, you probably have a bounce play right now. I'm gonna draw some fibs from last night or yesterday afternoon, whatever, yesterday till today. Look at that, the exact half retrace right there. So if we come down to the 63, the 74 to 63, I might be interested in taking a long back to here, back to 100, 107. But we'll see. It halted it again? But now Celsius is halted upside. That is crazy. What? Is everybody in the world trying to get out of their position that they've been bag holding for 6 months? Wild times. Guys, you see this erratic movement? Just take a look at the erratic movement that we're getting right now, and maybe you'll have an idea why I'm just not even trading right now. That would have been a beautiful long off that 98, that halfback retrace down there. But I'm just not first. We're still in the first. We just got our first 15 minutes. That data should be coming out any second. There we go. There's the S&P Global. Let's see, what is it? 46.4 versus 48.4 on manufacturing services, 51.1 versus 50.8, and composite 50.5 versus 50.6. So services a little bit higher and manufacturing a little bit under. Kind of nothing. Kind of nothing. This is crazy though. Why is this halting? Guys, let me also throw this out there. There's like no orders in the book map right now. There's some on yes, there's a decent amount I see down below us, just right at that low that we just had, but I see no resting orders of interest, which tells me that nobody's really excited about any moves right now. All right, we're right here at break even. We should get a double, or this is something I was looking at. This double break stat. What's up?
What's up, man? How are you?
Look who is here. I'm good. A little gap fill was quick. I missed it. Gap fill was quick this morning. Yesterday was kind of dirty.
Yeah. Not super thrilled with yesterday. I actually did try it twice and got smoked on both, like practically immediately, which obviously is.
I tried it basically here, and then I tried it again. Hold on. No, I tried. Oh, it was even sooner. I tried it like up here somewhere. This is 15 minutes.
Yeah.
This looks like, hold on. Let me go down to like a 3 minute. I'll show you. I tried. Let's see. How do I do? I'm figuring out this max stuff. I tried it right here, like pre-market low, and took it off, and then I tried it again somewhere in here, and it just went whoa, and just took. I was short here. I tried something here, and then I got ran over on one of these, and I got back into it for a bounce. It was a little bit of a crazy morning yesterday.
By the way, I know that you like speed. If you open up your candle time frame thing, like on TradingView, if you hover over any of them, the little star will come up. If you favorite them, they'll go next to each other, so you don't have to open the drop down anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you like that. I just wanted to tell you if.
Yeah, I used to have that set up, I think, and I don't know, because I used to have. Let's see, I used to look at some weird time frames. I can't remember. I think
it doesn't matter. I just wanted to tell you so you knew.
No, yeah, I did. Yeah,
because
it's one of those things on the list I need to get fixed, and I don't know. I was telling the chat, I was like, I don't even have I still can't get a grasp. I have 2 keyboards right here in front of me now and 2 mouse. I keep grabbing the wrong one. I'm trying to get used to this Mac stuff. I can't figure out how to screenshot. Mac is screenshot. I figured out Command Shift 4. I just hate that then I have to go click on it and push copy and then delete it, or it goes on my desktop. Like on Windows, you just go straight to your clipboard.
If you want to do the whole screen, it's Command Shift 5. If you want to do Command Shift 4, when it pops up, you can actually grab it with your mouse and drag it wherever you want it to go.
Yeah, so I do the 4 so I can actually
pick what you want.
Box. Yeah.
But
I hate how it doesn't automatically copy that to where I can just go immediately paste it.
Yeah.
But anyways, what are you watching this morning? I was kind of looking at this. What do you look at the double break much on the orb?
The stats used to be, the orb on NQ hasn't broken yet. Are you looking at QQQ?
It was either one. Hold on, I'm watching. We just broke the 15-minute orb right here.
Yeah.
I might be interested in taking a long down here at this golden retrace where all this is from yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My
stats on the double break have not been fantastic, to be honest. Recently, on NQ specifically, they used to be a lot better, but I'm not. The range here today also is the actual IB itself is a decent size, 0.4% or roughly 90 points. I'm happy with that or a double break, but it just depends. If it's going to start to move around like this, if you look at the 5 minute, if price is just going to slowly sell off today and have these wicks and have this kind of consolidation, I'm not super interested in taking something, especially because of Friday. I'm expecting more volume. I'm expecting a cleaner move.
We have options expiration. Look at IWM. Jeez.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Well, so I'm just looking. Well, everything's telling a different story. I dropped down to 5 minute here. With options expirations, you never know what can happen on a day like this. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA's been all over. Why is it not loading?
Yeah, this environment right now, where if you look at NVIDIA, if you look at all of the big caps, there was a strong sell-off, but then it's a lot of wicks right now, and that's not something I'm too interested in. Amazon is a pretty clean move, but yeah, I'm not
Look at this. This
too
is
interested.
1.5% within like minutes on NVIDIA, both directions.
Yeah, I'm
And
not.
it's disgusting.
Yeah, and this is the place
then, like,
where.
Would you say
gotta be
Microsoft?
careful.
Okay, look at Microsoft, just straight down.
Yeah, you just got to be careful on these days. Like if you're not seeing something, and I know one thing that actually kind of is annoying is that people in the trading space, myself included, will say if you're not seeing an A+ setup or you're not seeing these good conditions, then like you shouldn't take a trade. And it's just like, what does that actually mean? Like, what does that actually mean? Like, how do you define that? How do you quantify that? How do you like objectively measure like a good or bad setup? Now, I wish that I had a better metric for this, but to be honest, I just think that outside of certain data criteria where like you're looking at the opening volume and you're comparing like the opening volume, like the volume and what is it called? The market open volume correlation. Like if you look at it on like NQ, for example, you don't actually have to pull it up, but it's really important to understand the conditions that you're in. If you're in a low volume environment, like that's going to impact almost everything following. Like it's like the first domino. Like lower volume, you're gonna get chopped up for the most part. There's not gonna be clean moves. There's gonna be a lot of fake outs, and that's where, to me at least, a very quantifiable way to track whether today's gonna be good or bad is to look at the volume. That's like one of the ways that I actually recommend is to do that, is to look at the volume, see what's going on with that, and then from there you can start to decide. But already, it's not looking so hot like today's gonna be a great day.
Well, I watch Bookmap, so like I know it's tiny on the screen, nobody can see it, but back here behind me, I watch Bookmap. One of the things that I pay attention to when I don't see a lot of resting orders anywhere. So like normally you see whether it's above, below, or both, at least both. You know, both is better than none. Right now, there's like no large amounts of orders anywhere on this thing, which tells me that like nobody's really sure what they want to do. You know that, you know what I mean? You know, it's kind of like when you see very low volume across the industry, it's like, okay, nobody's really trying to get involved either way right now. Yeah. So that's kind of a sign that I look at, and ES is the same way. There's no significant orders. And then the rest of your point, I watch time and sells a lot. And I see what size is filling when it comes to NQ. And I don't see, I'm not seeing like any, I usually filter to about 7. So at least 7 or bigger.
But we have data in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's the final Michigan, and because it's the final revision, I don't know if it's going to be as big of a. It's usually the preliminary one, the first one that comes out. Yeah. But when the final number comes out, since it's kind of like a revision can't move that much, right? Like it's.
Actually, you'd be surprised, especially with the jobs numbers.
Well, yeah, if it does, like get way off. From what I've tracked this one for a long time, and the final one usually has the least amount of effect on the market. But you never know. Sometimes the market's just looking for a reason. I mean, that's what Palantir was looking for a reason to sell off the other day.
Yeah, especially after their earnings, that was a crazy move on earnings.
Yeah, crazy move. Well, you had Alex Karp finally selling, or filing a selling plan. Wasn't even that bad of a selling plan because he already had one. He just kind of modified it. But then you also had the cuts to the Pentagon or whatever, and people just said, "Oh, that's my cue to get out." Right? That's my cue to lock in profit. It's kind of I don't know. This market psychology, but I just don't see anything that really gets me excited. But once we get this 30-minute orb, we can get a little bit more involved. I mean, if we would have played the gap fill right off the rip here, that would have been a nice move, I guess.
Yeah, but you look at the. Would you mind pulling up the stats on Fridays for the gap fill?
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. So. The gap and go on Friday is terrible. I know that. No, not this one. This one. So by weekday,
And just make sure you're on Friday. Yep. Yeah, like
Yeah. So
gap up.
gap down or gap up, it just goes. More
Yeah, it
often
just
than
doesn't
not.
come back down. It's
And
like
that's
I don't.
compared to look at every other day is a lot stronger odds. Monday
Yeah.
and Fridays are our two strongest days. You gap up on a Monday maybe, but Friday, and this actually has gotten a little bit worse because it was like 67, I think.
Yeah.
Which that's why I love that these keep updating all the time. You can
Yeah.
kind of get a feel of what's going on. But
Yeah.
a gap up and just continue on Friday has been the most common. I think we actually played that last week, if I remember correctly.
Long on Friday.
Well, yeah, we gapped up, and I said, I'm not looking for this to come back down. Just get long,
Yeah.
gap and go.
Yeah. It's so to me, I wasn't really short biased today at the Open, and I'm not really willing to take that. And like if it fills in the first minute, like there's only so much you can do. Like you're not gonna be focusing on spamming right at the Open. Like you need to find an entry. Like some days there's going to be an entry, some days you're going to miss it, some days you're not. But like personally for me, I'm not really willing to just like 9:30 starts and then there it is. Like you're getting in the trade. Like it's not the way that I like to do it, but I mean, I don't know. People have different thoughts on this, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, the Friday gap stats are not fantastic, specifically for NQ or for QQQ.
I'm gonna wait for this data to come through. Him's getting punted. Ooh, 20%. This is another stock looking for a reason to sell off.
Yeah, I think it pumped on a Super Bowl ad or something, right? They were doing a
Super Bowl ad. Yeah, it was that was part of it. Obviously, just I think earnings or something not too long ago. The biggest thing though this morning they announced that they're acquiring a peptide something factory or research facility or something in the U.S.
Yeah.
Anytime a stock invests and burns cash, we always see this reaction, right? It's pretty common. I don't know this ticker, Andre. LNTH.
What is it?
Lantheus
I've never
Holdings.
heard of that.
I've never heard of this ticker. What are they? Medical health technology? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that one. Sorry there, consistency. I don't know that ticker, and I'm not the type that's gonna like BS and be like, oh yeah, well that ticker I've heard good things about. I don't know a ticker. I'll say, okay, here's the data coming out. I am interested in this area down here, Golden Retrace, playing a bounce here back up. Oh. Oh, that's good. I don't know, Andre.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. I'm not too sure about what's going on right now.
64 versus 67, 65 versus 68. Consumer sentiment 64 versus 67. So sentiment came in. I mean, if we went along my spot down here, and I give it a little bit of space, so it could have got 3 points. But that was, I don't know, that was wild. Good morning, Options Grower. Good to see you, my friend.
I'm just looking at this quick right now.
I'm not, I mean, I keep looking. I like kind of where it bounced, but not really. I mean, the thing is, so like, if you just look at this from just a trading perspective, how many red handles do we have in a row here? What is this, 5? How do I get this to 5 minute? There we go. It's average is 6, basically. We're at 9.
Yeah, it's not looking. I'm not a fan of this price action, to be honest. I'm definitely.
The problem is, I feel like, yeah, no, me either. I feel like if you take a long here, it could still come down and take you out. and then come back to your entry. Like I don't know. This is not. But I mean, you long here right into all the overnight. I don't know. Option expiration is always a tread lightly for me.
Yeah.
A lot of times you get you just get erratic price action.
Yeah. Is it just what expire? It's not like anything crazy, right? The expirations.
No, it's just a month. It's just a monthly. So like you had SPX this morning, and then you've got like all the rest of the monthly expirations. So it's not like a massive. It's not like a quad witching or like you know, like features and all that stuff as well. And even last month you had like a bunch of leaps because it was January.
Oh yeah.
But this month, now I still looked. It was still like $2.9 trillion in notational value or something. That's what I saw.
That's actually so hard to believe when you think about that. Like
the amount of money.
The options, the amount of money in options markets, like, is so hard to believe sometimes. I'm just like, where is it all coming from? You know, like, how is there like hundreds of billions of dollars in like these options? Like, where is all this money coming from? Sometimes I'm just like, wow, this is insane.
Well, usually around this time I'm looking for that first trade, but I really don't like what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, for now, I would be tempted. My overall thought was that we would move lower today and then recover like the last half of the day or like the last like hour and a half. Just kind of based on what we've done recently.
I'm trying to look around too right now.
I like that. I like I can have the IB indicator on here, but I can use it as like an orb at first.
Sorry, I'm just looking at something quick.
I mean, all this value that we built yesterday, I mean, that's basically a back test of it. So seeing a buy reaction here is not a terrible thing. Big bottom wicks here on the 5 too. Look at I mean,
yeah,
it's a decent look. It's buy. I mean, absorption, but
are you seeing anything on Bookmap right now? Anything interesting?
No. That's the comment I keep making is normally you see like resting orders somewhere, whether it's targets or it's where somebody wants to get long or short. There's nothing on here. Yesterday there was orders everywhere.
I have a feeling, and this is like I have no idea honestly, but I have a feeling today.
It's usually a good start when you're a trader and you say I have a feeling.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling today's gonna suck.
Famous last words.
Yeah. I'm not gonna like swing at anything, but like I have a feeling today is gonna be terrible price action and a lot of people are gonna lose a lot of money. Like even now, there was like two pieces of pretty significant. I mean, whether it's the final revisions or whatever, but this is not something that people should be really trying to trade in. Like you and I have said probably 15 times, there's not much going on, and I'm sure people are like blowing their accounts. Like that doesn't mean that the price can't, like, volume can't pick up and price can't have like smooth price action later. But right now, these wicks are crazy. And like, this is not something that you want to be looking to trade in, really.
Yeah, I want to try to get long for a bounce just because we're so extended. I mean, look, these EMAs are coming straight down. We've dropped pretty hard. I want to just at least try to play a bounce back to this area. But, okay, time and sells, there are decent buys that have been coming in the 90 area, 87. So right in here, there's a decent amount of size getting long. But those people, when you put size on, Andre, you know this. If you put size on, you can handle a lot more drawdown than I can handle. If you're trading 50 lots, you know, on NQ, you can handle you can handle a 100-point drawdown.
Yeah.
I cannot.
I think, you know, I use larger size, but I think that most people, the problem is, and not you, because like you obviously have something that works for you, but most people, they have trouble actually setting the stop loss that invalidates their trade because they can't
I'm gonna try
afford
this.
when you use too much size, you can't you don't want to see the dollar drawdown on your account when you use too much size. You only want to see the dollar like the P&L, like the profits, but you don't want to see the drawdown, and you have to be able to account, like if you can't handle the drawdown on larger size, then you should not be trading with that size. You should slowly move up your size, like whether you're using micros or minis or whatever. You should slowly graduate up to where you're okay with an X point drawdown at this size, or whatever, like a 30, 40, 50 point drawdown. Now that's, for me, I think that, like, realistically, like any trade on NQ can have like a 50 point stop. For me specifically, like that's just one thing that, like, for my style, I need a larger window here.
All right, I'm long at 60 right here.
On NQ. Oh, okay, on NQ.
Yeah, 97 right in front of this. It's gonna be my first trim.
Yeah,
probably 107 as well.
Yeah, this price action is
not gonna swing for the fences here or anything, but let's see if we can get a decent trade. There's 20 points already.
Yeah. Great.
There we go. There we go. 30 points. Come on. Come on, give me that 97. I'm gonna take a decent sized trim, like take off like half at 97.
Yeah. Yeah, but most people just can't afford they can't deal with the stop loss that is required to actually take that trade properly. And that's obviously a huge problem, because you start to screw around with your trade, and that is where you don't let your trades play out. So like if you're not comfortable with the drawdown at the size you're trading, then you're going to screw around the trade. You're not going to let it play out. You're going to cut your losers probably too short. You're not giving your trade enough room to breathe. So that's like a very big piece, obviously, of trading, is letting your actual trades play out.
Oh my gosh, just pop up a little bit more. Hit my order. Finally got a green candle.
Yeah, I know. It's about time, right?
Yeah, come on, pop up and give me this trim. There, I just got my trim. Okay, 37 point trade already. I am going to move my stop up to, just because of the scenario we're in, we're going break even. Took off half, we're going break even. 37 point trade. That's I'm happy.
Very
with
nice.
That, right?
Very, very nice.
I like these bottom wicks. 15-minute doesn't quite show it as much, but look at the 5-minute. Kind of a little tweezer here, right on orb low.
Yep.
That's a decent looking. I mean, look at these 2 wicks here. Hims has got some news on it. I'm trimming at this pivot point. There we go. All right. 45, 40, what's that, 44 points? And then right here, right in front of 120, like 118, I'm going to trim. That's going to be the EMA 9. That's going to be basically a 60-point trade. And we'll get down to just some runners at that point. What's up, chat? Anybody taking along?
That was a sniper entry, to be honest. Sniper entry. Yeah, that was good. That was a sniper entry. Guys, take notes. Take notes. Sniper entry here.
I mean, just the context here. You have all these red candles. You're coming back into, I mean, it's golden retrace from overnight to So if you look at yesterday's low to where we just went this morning, pull back, golden retrace 618. All of this consolidation yesterday, this was a decently key area. So there's your layers of confluence. So you're oversold a little bit. You've got yesterday that you're dealing with.
Sniper entry.
We could run into
That's
some
how you
trouble
do it.
here. Yeah, we could run into some trouble here. I actually want to move my stop up because I just took another trim here. I want to move my stop up here to like 74 just to lock in the rest of this.
Yeah.
We'll go 69. What's our orb low?
The 30-minute orb? Oh.
Yeah, 30-minute orb,
right?
80. Yeah. I know. I have a feeling we can hit this and then run into some trouble. I do like this look though, right? But Friday, if you've had a good week, there's no reason to risk hard. Oh, what's up, Chad? Look at Chad. Let's go, Chad. Chad trying to make a little bit of money this morning.
Beautiful.
And this is what I'm worried about. Hopefully it holds right here, like right now.
If volume starts to pick up now, if volume picks up down here and these moves become a little bit more violent, I would not be surprised with some continuation, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I would not be surprised with new low of day right now. After.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, that's why I took a aggressive trims.
Yeah, which
All
is
right. That's it. I'm out.
Such a big piece.
Boom.
Such a big piece of trading, honestly, where you trim your winners and you don't let a winner turn into a loser. When you snipe an entry like that, it's so important to capitalize, and not that you should trim like the moment it goes in your favor, because that's like a really tough way to have your winners actually be bigger than your losers. But trimming in reasonable areas at key levels at certain places that you see, super important when you're obviously trading, looking at like more scalping context, obviously.
Yeah. We could still hold here, right? I don't want to take the type of trade where I like give this room on smaller size and look for a massive move, just because my overall picture is like just not very good today. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Something about yesterday tells me that was it. That wasn't all we're going to get on the pullback. But, I was talking about this daily, and I'm sure you've seen this. This right here, this low where we're at, you see this volume shelf right here?
Yeah.
The previous all-time high consolidation. This isn't a bad spot for us to chop around at and hold here.
Yeah.
But you're still a little extended from the 20-day. QQQ doesn't look bad. Where it bottomed yesterday, I like a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, this 530 area, I think, even if it like does this, that still looks good to me.
Yeah.
What looks really good is this right here. Hot CPI coming off of the volume point of control, 50-day. 20-day was down here. It's obviously curled up now, but this was CPI day. And to hold this whole volume shelf and level, that's why I've been on the long side the last 4 to 5 trading days.
100%. And if you look at the daily chart, to be honest, it has been pretty choppy this year. Like there's no real direction there. And I feel like
look at the difference. Look at the difference between down, up, and then look at this whole, it's just terrible.
Yeah. So it has been pretty choppy. I feel like people just keep kind of remembering that we've been in a bull market for so long that they just keep thinking we're still in one. But if you look at the last 2 months, pretty much, it's been since like mid-December, almost, it's been pretty choppy. And
look at the weekly right here.
Yeah. There's no real direction there.
Ugh.
So,
it looks constructive. I can't not say it doesn't look constructive, but at the same time, to me, it's not like there's some massive direction going on. Now this.
What do you mean constructive?
It's kind of, as far like consolidating and not just dying off,
Yeah.
like being resilient, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's not like a change of character yet, but it's not just like up and to the right anymore.
Yeah. For sure. It's isn't it
Which
crazy
with
how much you have
Wyckoff,
to adapt?
do you know much about Wyckoff?
No.
Okay, so
I'd love
Wyckoff's
to learn
always an
about it.
interesting. Yeah, so where you have like accumulation and distribution and stuff. Usually
Yeah.
at the top of a Wyckoff, and it's also where you see like your pattern just completely fell. So when you have like I don't know, bull flag or a falling wedge or something, you see it like break out one side, breakout triggers jump on, and then they get absolutely smoked because Wyckoff, which has been around forever, like could be a Wyckoff situation where you have like a thrust, and then like a lot of times before you like fell down, you have one last final thrust up.
Yeah. Is that on? Is it on any time frame, or is it specifically?
It
on
works
the
on it goes on any time frame. So like I was trying to think of, like this is probably a good example right here. So like you know, you come down, you're accumulating, and people are like, oh, high or low, you know, right? And then they see this, they're like, oh, it broke the low, like get short, and then like, look, this is like one final thrust down and reclaim, and it just flies at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like that actually happens more often than not. Is when you get. I'm trying to think of another example. It's when you see things like it's accumulation and distribution. So accumulation is in a supply zone, distribution is like, or I mean in a demand zone, and then supply zone is where you have distribution.
Do you use supply and demand zones?
A little bit. I just draw, you know, support and resistance like zones.
Yeah.
You know, I just pay attention to like this to me. So I mean, if I draw a box, where's my box? When you see something like this type of consolidation here. I mean, even if you're, you know, even if you wanted to do this, and you just look at, you know, and here's like the midpoint. I mean, if you drew let's see, what if just probably that area.
Yeah.
Where you just have all these. I keep pushing the wrong button on this thing, Mac. This area even. I mean, you just see where like a big area of interest is. Like, so this zone could be, you could look at the entire zone. You could also look at kind of like the biggest key area of that.
Yep.
And you see where we got an initial bounce reaction was right where all this kind of happened.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the way I look at it is.
And then
where obviously people positioned at.
Obviously it's circumstantial, but in the case that price starts to kind of accept in this area, are you considering that buying volume, like absorption, or are you looking for it to snap through now?
So what I would say is if this comes into it and tests it, so like, you know, honestly, I'd probably draw it a little bit better, more of like, as it calmed down, I would probably be more like this right here.
Yeah. And
so if we like sit on top of this, to me, that looks good. If you come into this and then reject in the top of it, usually you traverse the range.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same thing with like the orb. So I look at the orb pretty similar. Like if we were to reclaim into the orb right here, like after, you know, being outside of it, reclaim into it, I would expect us to traverse back to the middle. And if we get past the middle, I expect us to traverse the range. But it's tough to describe. There really needs to be more than, it depends how the orb is.
Yeah.
I think of it as like if you have a range that you've been trading in, so you've been trading in a box for, I don't know, for a while. To me, the top and the bottom of that box, honestly, there was this happened actually. My box is still down here. Every time we got near this box down here, like when we here we go.
Also, I noticed you're on the March contract. Do you do that on purpose? Like you don't use the continuous contract?
Yeah, because I don't like the gap. I don't like the roll gaps, and I don't like the back adjusted. I just chart on the current contract. Yeah. We are moving lower here, by the way. How long do we have until 9 minutes until that IB? Okay, but here's what I'm saying. Like, you accept into this box, you traverse it, it's like you see how many times we like went to the top or bottom of this, and like here's an example. So we tried to bounce on this box, and then we came into it, rejected the top of it, we traversed the range.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I look at it, and we were rejecting from getting into it. Once we got into it, we held it, traversed it.
Yeah.
Like that's, I don't know. I feel like that's a way that I trade pretty often. Let me get back here up closer. Yeah, that was a good cut.
Yeah, that was a great trade on your end. That was a great trade on your end. You sniper entry on that. I was thinking that new low of day was
and you got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this, I mean, look, you're holding the pivot point, and then you're below it. You got a nice back test of it. First back test of the EMA 9. I mean, look right there. That was a perfect short entry to take it back down.
Yeah.
But for me, just in the risk reward, the way I trade, there's so much red going on here.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean like you have to long it, but it means I don't like the probability for shorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the best case scenario for me right now would be for this to like accelerate now and get really extended from all of this, get down here, and then you have a good chance of that rubber band snapping back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right here, you're in no man's land a little bit. You're kind of to these lows yesterday. This is kind of at the bottom of that box.
95% of I'm looking at the Edgeful what's in play right now, and 95% of ATR is covered. It's about to cover the whole thing. I'm looking at NQ specifically, but
NQ.
Yeah, QQQ, what is it at? 75 something?
73.
Yeah.
Let me hit refresh just in case. This 14 could be an interesting spot to try to start getting long again.
Yeah. So
see if look at this. Look, I kind of want to take a little starter here, but I feel like this could really come unglued.
In terms of glued, meaning like
yesterday. Yesterday, you felt like it was going to slow down and stop somewhere in here, and it just went like crazy through the 22K. And then, look, I mean, this candle right here, 5-minute candle to go from 950 and then close at 22.31, 80 points higher.
Which one is it?
Yesterday's that big dip yesterday.
Oh! I was looking at today. I was like, wait, what?
Yesterday, this was insane because this candle, even though because of the sizes, it doesn't look that crazy.
Yeah.
This candle opened here at 11, went down 61 points, and closed up, 80 points off of the low of that wick.
And you'd think
if you were early in here, well, look, I mean, from here, I get that, but look, we came down from 226. We came down 220 something points. People are trying to get long here, and 50 points lower. I mean, if you got long at 22K yesterday, 50 points lower, you're probably getting stopped out.
Even with my stops, I would have gotten screwed there.
Yeah, I mean, I like to reverse scale into sometimes. Like I'll take like 3 here, and then I'll go like 6 here, and then like maybe 6 or 9 down here.
Yeah.
And like reverse scale into position, and as it bounces, get back out. There's the 14. If we test this, wait, where are we at? Are we okay? We're still okay. I had this level on my QQQ chart forever ago, and I just now saw it. I'm tempted to take like. I don't want to do it now. After it jumps 10 points off the low.
Okay, I want to point out something that's super important. That I think is super important, at least. If everyone can see the discipline that EMP is displaying right now of waiting for some sort of confirmation and not chasing a move down and not chasing or not looking and being like stubborn in his opinions, he wants to wait, and he's not just getting in because price is moving. Like that's super important that you focus on, am I being patient enough? Like literally just ask yourself out loud, like, am I being patient or am I being impatient by like looking to take this trade right now? And
Because look, if I would have taken that here, now it's now look where it's at.
yeah, like
it's 20 points lower already.
Yep. And to be able to sit on your hands and to wait for your entry. Now, I mean, in my opinion, and now this is completely my opinion, like anyone who's getting short here, like more power to you, but like this move is pretty extended now.
I'm buying a starter.
Yeah.
And I'll actually add lower if I can. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah. So what
the risk reward on this, you're 80 points extended from the bottom of the orb already. Yeah. You're 70 points below the EMA 9.
And you're 100 points from the 15-minute orb.
Yeah, and then look at this. This is the 21. 121. This is gonna be an ad at this level down here. The thing is, this could come completely ungood. Spy looks awful. Did we take out previous day? We took out previous day's low.
Yeah, Spy looks terrible.
That does not make me feel good about this.
About the long?
Yeah, I still think I'm going to be okay for like a bounce, but...
Yeah, I like to cycle through the...
But I can give this some room because I went really small.
Yeah. Wow, Amazon getting smoked 4 consecutive, well, if you count pre-market, which typically I don't recommend, 5 consecutive, pretty solid-sized red candles on the 15-minute time frame on Amazon. Same with Google, 5 consecutive red candles. Wow, Visa putting the team on its back, making new high of day.
Visa?
Yeah.
Meta's still green. The banks were getting absolutely killed yesterday. There we go, Visa. Citi was down bad yesterday, and it's trying to bounce back. That's good.
Yeah.
Did we get our IB? 1 minute. Okay, I kind of like that for a quick little ad. So, like, what I could do here is I could add a little bit and trim at 14. Just a quick trim, just to get a little bit of profit in, but not like over leverage.
Now, are you looking, when you're actually like taking these trades, are you executing on the 1 minute, or are you just entering based on a 5 minute with market orders?
I use market orders pretty much exclusively. Sometimes I'll set limits. It just kind of depends. But no, I pretty much use the 5 minute. I used to execute on the 1 minute. Now I just do the 5 minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is
so extended. Like, I'm willing to give this some room here.
Yeah.
I just added a little bit again.
Yeah.
There you go. Now trim those ads back out. It's free 15 points.
Yeah. And on NQ, that can happen in literally the blink of an eye. Like, that can happen in an instant.
Yeah.
If you enter and like you start sniping. And not that sniping is bad either. Like, I will do that sometimes too. And if you start sniping 15 points, you can stack those up really quick.
Well, so what I call it trading around a core a lot of times. So like, if I get a core long here and it goes up, I can trim. And if it comes back down and holds here, I can put the trim like back on. Yeah. Or like, if it's going, say you were short here and you trimmed here and it came back and rejected or below, you could like add that back in and then take it right back off. Yeah. Because it's like, I call it trading around a core. I don't do it all the time, but in a directional move, sometimes it's something I do lean on from time to time, because it's like, okay, I'm still right. I don't have enough ammo to keep trimming here, but I could trim. I could put it back on and take it back off. Usually, if I see
Yeah.
It's almost like finding a trade within a trade, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pull something up here. I'm gonna look at the what's in play.
Just look how overextended we are, though.
So
7 red 15-minute candles in a row. There's got to be some relief. Even if it closes here, like it should like give us some type of green candle.
Yeah.
So. I do like this S1 down here at 980, 979.
And you're considering the 7 consecutive candles from pre-market?
Yeah, well, I was just looking at it. I mean, I normally like to start here, but I mean, the fact that you had 3 decent, I mean,
yeah,
540 though, dang.
Oh, because I was looking at NQ. I forget that you always that you like to, do you chart on, or quote unquote chart on QQQ?
Yeah, I do both. I pay really close attention to QQQ.
Yeah. Do you trade options at all anymore?
Not intraday, really. I could. I just don't. To me, like I've found this group where like futures gets my like day trading itch taken care of, and I'm obviously profitable there.
Yeah.
And my options account, I just don't even have to touch it.
Yeah. I always thought that the QQQ options don't move nearly as nicely as the SPY ones, but
yeah, I agree. All right, I can try to take a little ad here. Right on 80. I got it at 82 because I marketed. The problem is this looks like it could come unglued completely. And I really don't want to deal with a whole lot of drawdown, but we can see what happens here. I'm very light on this just because I know it's
yeah.
Like I do change sizing relatively. Let's see, where's my
yeah.
But I do I mean I can get a decent risk to reward out of this.
That's what I was about to say, and I'm just gonna check quick. So now we're still inside yesterday's range. I mean,
yeah, SPY broke it though, which is not good.
Yeah. I was gonna say if you want to, I mean, it's a pretty decent move down from here in terms of points, like roughly 40 points away. But if you want to expect price to break previous day's low and then bounce from there, at least a short-term bounce, it's not, and that's on NQ, but I'm not sure. But you can, based on the inside bars report on NQ, you can definitely expect price to touch either the high or the low, and we opened within yesterday's range today.
Yeah. So I'm looking for this right here, like 44-ish right now.
Yeah.
And then 63.
Yeah.
I could also trim at this 14 because I added at 80, and that's what a 34-point move. I think that's actually how I'm going to manage this.
So what? Can you repeat that?
So I can trim at this 14.
Yeah.
Because I added down here, I can trim here. My average stays right in this area.
Yeah.
But since I added here, I want to take the ads back out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep adding to a position going this way, right?
For sure.
But see, there you go. Touches at 14. What did we touch there? Oh, come on. Couple points higher, and I've got a 35-point trade. There it is. Boom. So I've got a 35-point trade from this ad. My average is sitting at 94.
Nice.
So I'm up 20 points on the average.
The 15-minute candle just flipped red to green, which I don't know if you ever look at, but 15-minute candle flipping red to green after. Yeah.
And look, we went 1 standard deviation from the orb there. I'm going to change this to IB now. And we have broken the IB, which is good. I'd like to see us at least break it while we're down here.
Yeah.
I hate when we don't. Like yesterday, it's like,
yep. And now you got to wait. Yeah. And broke the IB there. And I mean, if this 15-minute candle closes green, that would be pretty bullish. At least for
Yes.
a decent bounce up for potentially more continuation to the downside. But now, in my
It may just
opinion,
be too early still.
I mean,
Now,
still,
I
but
can
like,
see
how are you
SPY
going to get
coming all the way
shorted
down
here?
here now. No, you can't short
Without
here.
a bounce?
It's either no, that's not a big enough bounce to short.
No, I'm saying you
In
think
my
SPY
opinion,
can get down?
somebody may short that and find a great, may make a great trade. Not for me.
Yeah. Now, question: you think SPY can get down there with no bounce, like just straight selling all the way down there?
It could. It really could, because at this point, if it just accelerates to this, then you hammer it.
Yeah.
Because then you have the massively overextended conditions here. The thing is, like, we look at some of these big names. Nvidia's kind of holding in here. Tesla just got murdered. Amazon, you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Tesla breaking previous day low. Apple. What's going on with Apple? Apple consolidating horribly.
Look at IWM. Look at IWM right now. Go to your 5-minute IWM chart.
Oh my god! Look at even on the 5-minute. Look at the gaps. I mean, I'm on TradingView. I don't pay for the stock data on TradingView, so the data might not be exactly accurate. But
look at this. This is what I'm talking about, chat.
That's crazy. How many consecutive? Like 20?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I feel like 13. God. I feel like you have to take that trade.
And that's coming off the IB -1 or the orb -1, or that.
This 0? Is IB. This is IB because I changed it to IB now.
Yeah. Nvidia bouncing, pretty nice.
Yeah, Nvidia's trying to bounce. That'll help. Meta's holding green, by the way, which is crazy. What a stock. Need something else to bounce with us here. Broadcom's trying to put in what looks like a little bit of a bottom.
Yeah, a little.
Microsoft looked the same. Not a whole lot. Really helping us. Nvidia's helping us. That's the only thing helping
NQ.
us.
Switch back to NQ quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're looking for this 44 and 63, which would be a nice trade.
So do you have orders now sitting or no?
I do. I have a limit sell at 44 right now and at 61.
Yeah.
I front run levels all day. Always front run.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see this kind of make at least some sort of legitimate bounce. I mean, this selling pressure is just relentless right now. Or like you said, there's no depth on Bookmap. There's no book depth. Like, there's no orders absorbing any of the selling, which obviously allows price to move a little bit quicker. But if there are no passive buyers, and for anyone who doesn't really know what I'm saying, what he was saying before is that there aren't any orders sitting on Bookmap. So that means that there aren't any limit orders sitting outside of the range waiting for price to get there. So what that means is, let's just say there's hypothetically at 22,000. Well, let's just look at the price right now. Let's just say at 21,980, there's an order for 1 million contracts on NQ to buy.
What would the margin be on that?
Crazy.
Jeez.
Let's just say there was an order to buy 1 million contracts of NQ at 21,980. It would require so much selling to get through that price that it would it would be very, very difficult for price to continue moving down. But if there's 0 orders willing to buy at 21,980, it's very easy for price to move through. And that's exactly what he was saying, what Emp was saying before, where the book was light today. So it might be easier for price to kind of move around with lower volume. So that's kind of how it works. But
this IWM is unreal. I honestly think you take like IWM calls.
Or sell put spreads?
Or sell, no, actually sell puts. I would sell like 218 probably do like what, like 218, 215 or something like that.
Yeah, but then you're
because
so,
because the IV is going to be super high right now on IWM.
But then you look at
that's the tough thing on options. Is options is even though you want to play the bounce here, like you may bounce in your favor and your premiums don't even move much because it starts to crush.
Yep.
That's what you said is actually probably the correct way to approach it. Sell a put spread down here.
Yep. But then you're looking at IWM broke the IB low. Now I'm looking at the what's in play. IB is bearish. The buy rejection is bullish, but
we get QQQ now. See this?
It exceeded, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another like confluence factor for a bounce to me.
Yeah.
Yesterday was the same way. We exceeded it, and it was like, okay, at least try to play some type of a revert to mean bounce. What you don't want this to do is go sideways and let these EMAs just catch up, and then you have to reassess your trade.
Yeah. But on IWM bearish buys across the board right now. Obviously, that doesn't mean it's not going to bounce, but yeah. I don't know.
So Andre, to that point, this is what I was trying to explain yesterday. So when this happens, you have essentially maybe you've made the move, you've made a pretty far move down, but you play the bounce, but you set realistic targets because everything tells me like we should expect a V-shaped recovery.
Dude, this selling is insane.
Yep.
I mean, we got to go to previous day's lows right now.
Yeah. There's previous day's low.
There it is, right? Coming in.
Right there. It's right there.
Yep.
There it is.
Just touched it.
See, I could add, but I'm not going to because I don't want to increase the risk. Because this thing could just fall apart. Look at the amount of selling going on.
Yep.
They just let it stop me out. Microsoft just broke. Oh, look at SPY though. All right, I am gonna. That's the level I talked about on SPY. Oof.
Oh my God. Now, we were saying earlier.
Watch this rubber band come back. Oh no, look, don't let it immediately reject. Okay. I moved my stop a little bit down.
We were saying earlier that, I mean, it's tough to short this right now. And you said someone could find a good short here. I'm sure a lot of people did. But
it's not my risk reward profile.
Yeah.
But I see the argument. So now I added a little bit and I try to take it back off at this 80 whatever, 79. That's why I go really light on this type of trade.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, honestly. And there it is. There's
now look at your springboard all the way back.
Yep. At least a decent target is back to the 1 hour IB low.
How's this for a level?
Yeah. What is that? Your NFP?
NFP. There's got to be a way. There's got to be a way you guys can create something around NFP.
Yeah.
So the NFP system is the high and low. Because look, so I add here and I just took it back off here.
Yeah.
All the ads down here, just take them back off. And actually, this lowers my. How do I do this? This lowers my average to right here now.
Yep.
And now I still have a decent trade. Now look.
So are you just break even right now?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm break even. I'm actually, so with all the trims and stuff, I'm down $93
Pretty good.
on this account. Now the other account, I made my money, I locked it out, and moved on.
Good. Yeah.
The problem with this being monthly OPEX, like I said, I felt like we could go lower and then recover, and it's probably way too early to recover.
What do you mean recover? Like the full bounce?
Like I think we come back and close up here by the end of the day. Does that make sense? Like,
where's your
dip below
mouse?
yesterday's lows, and we, I think we come back to like the I don't know,
totally
or below VWAP.
Totally reasonable. I mean, now you got. Are you going to trim here at the IB low right now at this 992?
I was gonna trim at 22 or 999.
I always do that. I never go to the whole. I never go to the whole dollar. I always go to like 1 point less.
Yeah, 1 or 2 points in front always.
Yeah.
Depends when it is a whole number like 22K. Sometimes I'll do like 3 points, just in case it gets
Just to make sure you get filled.
But if it's like this, like 14, I'm gonna put it at like 13.225 or 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
If it's 63, like I may go like 61 or something. This is 63.5 is the level I got.
So have you just been adding down? Did you stop out of anything yet? Or
No, I didn't stop out on this one because I went small and I went heavier and I went heavier reverse scaling.
Yeah. And
remember when I added the first time we hit here, I added and I took off most of those ads there. Boom, there you go. It's a 60-point bounce for my ads. I was adding right here in the 50s, so that's a 50-point bounce already.
If this engulfs on high volume, there could be definitely more continuation on the top side now. Yeah. And I'm not a chart pattern guy. I don't do any chart patterns. I don't do bull flags or bear flags. I don't do engulfing candles. I don't do any of that doji. I mean, I focus on some. Now, if there's a ton of wicks,
you're not doing the silver bullet turtle soup.
Nope, definitely not. If this engulfs, that would be crazy, honestly. If this engulfs that giant death candle on volume, that would be very bullish to me.
So what were we saying earlier? You have very thin order book, very, very thin order book.
Yeah.
Price can move a lot easier when you don't have a lot of interest going on.
Yeah.
That IWM might be a record for 5-minute. what's the report say? The 5-minute red candles.
Whatever it is, not what it is today. But I have a stream right now that in 10 minutes that I got to do, so I do have to run.
All right.
Great speaking as always. I hope everyone has a fantastic day trading. I'm gonna have to dip. Next time you do this, happy to join.
Hold on. It lagged out. There we go.
All right, guys. See ya.
All right. Appreciate you stopping by, Andre.
Have a good one, man.
Hey, have a great day. All right, chat. Back to it. Great trader, great mind there. Andre, he's CEO of Edgeful, of course, but he is great mind. Always love his input and his thoughts. Former Goldman guy, smart guy. 5-minute 11 is the maximum we've ever seen on IWM. That's crazy. I don't know how many we just got. You guys been trading anything? I am going to try to trim at the EMA 9 here. So right at this 009. I'm going to trim. And then I'm going to see if we can get up here to like 47. It's guess for my fib extension is Rizzo. All right, chat, what are we doing? It's weird I haven't heard the Squawker say much today. There's been like no news or action going on. What is that saying about IB today? Great question. So we broke the IB to the bottom side. For us to go to the high is very, very low chance. That's the main way you look at this. So the IB high is way up here on QQQ. I'm thinking about taking the rest of this trade off. I'm trying it from lower. I don't like how this is slow. All right, while this trade's green, I'm going to take off a little bit more. Just to de-risk. Yeah, IB stats, basically your IB stats telling you don't shoot for a full recovery. Don't look for the IB high. It's a very, very low probability. That's what that's telling me. Now, what's in play? QQQ. The problem is, so bearish. We have exceeded ADR. We'll stay here. We'll stay here. Interesting. We did not break previous day low. That is wild. Look how close that was on QQQ. We got there on, we went through it by what, 10 points. We went through it by 10 points on futures, but on QQQ we did not take out the previous day low. That's why I pay attention to QQQ more. Could we see a bounce back to the 536 area? 536. Yeah, we could, I guess. That would probably, yeah. These highs from yesterday would make sense. I do have to trim coming into the 9 here again. Even though I wanted to trim at 14, I'm going to have to trim here again because this 9 has not been touched. There we go, though. Take off a little bit more for 20 points here. How do I determine? Yeah, so that's a situational question for me. So, like in this case, I knew we were so overextended. I was willing to give this more room. It just kind of depends. Like sometimes I don't know. I don't know how to explain this. I got to trim a little bit more here and move the stop up. There's the 14. This could easily reject. Remember, OPEC's wild price action. Anything can happen today. But yeah, my stop, I just kind of, it's situational. So like I control the risk as much on my sizing, entering and exiting trades as I do the stop part. The stop is where my thesis changes. So in this case, I didn't know where we would really find the bottom. I just knew the rubber band was too extended. So I was expecting us to bounce. All right, this is turning into a pretty good trade here. 40 points. My target in this case, so my main target right now is back to this area, probably the 21 EMA. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim at my first targets here and then try to let the runners do the work for me and just trail stop it up. You see the NFP? I wouldn't have mind taking the fact that we didn't break yesterday's low is good in some aspects. We held that. That's pretty good. But if we would have touched this, it would have been better. But if you guys, this is why I watch SPY and QQQ. Because watch this level populate right here. Boom. How about that, Gambling Bear? Shout out my man Paper Gains. Who else? Who else is doing that? Previous day low, SPY right here. Watch out. I think you've got to be very careful here. Nothing to see here. The 50. Are we still talking about targets? So, I mean, this area maybe. Right now, you're probably going to reject and come back down, test this part again. My average, just because I added so much lower, my average is now 71. There we go, Chad. Break even one account, green on others. That's the way to move it. I'm green and locked out on 2 accounts. I'm green on this one currently. Actually, I can't go red here because I've locked in enough profit. If I get stopped out, I'll stay green. And I run 4 accounts right now. My 4th account I haven't even touched, so probably may not even touch it today. Wait, ES looks horrendous. This looks like we're going to come down. All right, well, we're just chilling. We still got plenty of time on the stream here. So I can tell I am relaxed. I'm looking at stuff. To me, with options expiration, there's not a whole lot. I know my context here now. Opening candles bearish, but I also know we've exceeded ADR to the downside. We've broke the IB to the bottom side, so we're not looking for a big recovery. We could get it just with an outlier type of day-to-day because it's options expiration, but we'll see what happens. I honestly think SPX probably finishes the day back up at 6,100, right, like near it. But who knows? We'll see what happens. If we come down to 870, I will be longing again from down there. Ugh. We'll be right around the 20-day on SPY right now. Look at that big rejection on previous day low. Divergence here. All right, let's take a look around the market. Apple Apple's green. That's interesting. Oh, Apple's ripping right now. Flight to safety, maybe? Meta's still hanging in here right at break even, trying to go red. Tesla does not look good. Broadcom new lows. Google just made a new low in the previous 5-minute candle. Yeah, nothing's really looking that exciting other than Apple's getting a nice little pop here. Maybe that saves. Does Apple save the market today? No. We need a bounce across the board. But we're still hanging in here. Still hanging in here. You guys hanging out? You guys long? You guys short? What are we doing? I don't know. Coffee's getting cold. But I'm up. I'm green. I really want to see us pop back through up into that 40-50 range. Maybe 60. Once we do, if we do pop up here a little bit, then I'll start to draw. I'll draw a fib from here to here or from this one. We'll see where we're at. I don't know who Chad Hughes is, but Chad stops by the stream. I mean, I don't know him, but I always like him hanging out the stream. Always fun. Appreciate everyone that's here in the stream, interacting, chat. Makes the stream a lot more fun for me, for sure. Have some interaction going on. Sitting in longs waiting for a pop. I like that. I like it. Clip. We'll see if it works out for us. Like I said, no stress right now. Locked in some green. Not worried about anything. Bought AMD. Bought some AMD. What does the daily look like on AMD at this point? Oh, that's tough. Oh no. That is tough. You're so... And it's made a nice little move. You don't want this to turn into bear flag. Now, if this holds right here, though... If you're going to take a shot at AMD, that may be it right here. And this... Actually... Well, if you're going to take a shot at AMD, this may be it. That may be it. I don't hate that, actually. Mr. Tesla Satoshi. I don't hate that at all, actually. I'm wondering if we don't wash out one more time here. I hope we don't, but... Mehmet, what are we doing? Hanging out until 11 a.m. That's when we started reversing yesterday. Yeah. With options expiration, I could see it being like a 1 p.m., 2 p.m. type of like late afternoon. We'll see. NVIDIA just made a new low. It's not good. I don't trust that guy. Chad doesn't trust this Chad guy. Isaac's long QQQ. Okay, interesting. I could put my stop down here, or I could just re-enter. Whoa, there's your big volume. Look at SPY and QQQ volume right now. Big volume. Let's see if that pops us here. SPY does not look good, but SPY came off of a key level. The longest SPY holds the 605, I like it. And look left over here. I like SPY off of the 605. If you lose 605, I think we're going to see 600. If you lose 605, I think SPY looks just absolutely awful. I would rather SPY come back up here and back test this at 608. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, so NFP, the NFP levels are drawn based on the high and low the day that we get NFP, right? Which is first Friday of every month. Regardless of what that is, the point between NQ and QQQ. Look, here, let me just show you the difference. QQQ, there's your NFP down there. If I go to NQ, it's in between these two. I mean, look, February, the NFP level's right here on QQQ, on NQ. On QQQ, it's lower because you have drift. You have drift. Same with SPY. Look, SPY right at this low is December NFP high. If I go to ES, where's December NFP? You see what I'm saying? December NFP low. There's so much drift there. It's not even close. So like the point is, like on NQ here, where NQ was even 3 weeks ago has moved. So look at the difference. It was down here on QQQ, but it's up here on, and that is because that value is changing. Okay, we're holding in. We've got to get above the MA9 to have any type of hope for this this trade to work out. Boy, I was real close to getting stopped out there, wasn't I? Yeah, guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Big volume just came in, by the way. Is crypto doing well? I'm hearing the squawker say, oh, trying to reverse. Coin gave it all up. See what else is going on here. Oh, my Melly's still doing okay, right? What is green today? Dell's green today? Okay. Relative strength in Dell. Palantir. After, well, Palantir is a whole nother. Can of worms. Boy, there's not much going on. This is what I was talking about with Apple. Look, Apple's making a nice move, saving the market. Here we go, bulls. Come on, break over here. Let's go see the 21 EMA at least. 44-ish. All right, so my next trim, 40. 42, whatever, 41. I'm trimming here. This 21, because you haven't touched the 21. If you're looking to short, I think you could short there. Lockheed Martin's green. Would I buy MS? All right, let me go one at a time. Lockheed Martin's green. Did I miss that on my watch list down here? Oh yeah, Lockheed Martin's up nicely. NEE, some long-term positions that I have down here. I haven't updated this in forever. Honestly, I need to recategory because I obviously have some long-term stuff that's in other categories, but Uber's still hanging out at 80. That's good. DraftKings all over the place. All over the place. That's fine. Robinhood pretty strong today, comparatively. This poor guy, Square, they need to change their name back. Change your name back now. Would I buy MSTR? No. I'm not a fan of MSTR. There's lots of ways to get leverage crypto exposure. I don't want to trade MSTR. MSTR is way too volatile. I think too many people missed out on it already. I just don't like the risk reward there. Sorry, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I don't have anything against it. I'm not saying it's not going to work. I'm not saying it. Just, to me, it's a very, very good functioning like Ponzi scheme. Which Ponzi schemes work until they don't, right? Who knows? Who knows what happens there? I just don't. I personally have no interest in MSTR. Now, if you're wanting to trade it, like I understand, like it can be a really good trading vehicle because it is volatile, but I'm not doing that. Do I go live every day? I go live every Friday for sure, and then I do 2 days a week. So usually Wednesday, sometimes Monday, but usually Wednesday and Friday is the most common. Wednesday and Friday. But you can see this right here, my long position that I'm still in. I've also obviously trimmed out some decent amount. I'm green on it. Honestly, I could take more off here, but my thesis is still that we come back this direction, so why would I take off more? NVIDIA made a new low day and just wicked up hard. That's a good sign as well. Kind of a little liquidity grab. Look, new low day, wicking back up. I actually kind of like, look at this. Good area. Okay. All right, let me get back over here. Come on, let's get our 21. Apple new high of day. Wow. All right, we're coming up on the 2 hours. I'm going to make sure we at least get some type of trim or something. Just something plays out a little bit before I close up the stream. I really want this. We're up 52 points from my average. Come on, give me the 21. I mean, right there at 42 right now. 42 and 63 are my two main targets here. Right, we are at the 2 hour mark, but hey, we're going to try to see this trade out a little bit higher if we can. We really don't want it to reject here though. This outer VWAP band, it's this green band here. We finally closed candles above the EMA9. That is a good sign. Apple is on a mission right now. Anybody watching Apple? Apple is on an absolute missile. I'll tell you this, guys, the newswire has been very, very quiet this morning. Come on, somebody give it a push. Pump this thing up. Somebody pump it up for me. Chad, where you at? Pump it up. Gambling Bear. Roberto, somebody pump this up. Isaac, I know you're trying to pump this up on QQQ. Where are we at on QQQ? Think we can get this 535 on QQQ. I like that. I think we can get more than that later in the day, but we'll see what happens here. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know, pump it up. resting orders at 39 because it's the MA21. Apple is absolutely screaming. Plus, I don't know if you guys watch volume, but if you look at the volume on QQQ and SPY, both like 10 minutes ago, a 5-minute chart, look at the amount of volume that came in. It's probably some of your options getting rolled. Clips, you still in it? There it is, Chad. Pump me up, Chad. Let's get it, Gambling Bear. Pump us up. The timing on our entries were pretty good today. Could have waited a little bit longer here, but I knew the scenario, so I approached this trade very differently, right? Very small, add, trim it back out, add heavy, trim it back out, and let it play out. 535.50, where's that? Is that like orb? Where's our orb low? I think orb low right there at 535.13. 535.50 kind of makes sense too, based on some of this action yesterday. I like that. I'm not closing the stream until we get this trim. I'm not doing it. Come on, we just need one pump, just a pump. Yeah, I like that clip set. Yeah, we can't be greedy, right? We can't be greedy. NVIDIA earnings next week. That's right. Next Wednesday, NVIDIA. We also have Snowflake that same day. There's some decent earnings next week. Let's take a look at earnings up while I'm waiting on this trade to play out. So HIMS, which has been a very popular one going on right now, it's Monday after the close. A lot of people like this Kava. I'm not big into the Kava. A lot of people like that one. Instacart's another one that actually a lot of people follow. I've heard a lot going on. This is the big day, NVIDIA. You also have Home Depot, by the way. I don't want to skip over Home Depot. Pretty big one there. NVIDIA, Salesforce, and Snow, all right here. You also have Mara. Look at that. eBay. Synopsys is kind of in that same MU and all that. Boy, we could not get the 21 EMA, could we? Couldn't get it. That's all right. All I know is I'm not letting this thing go red. My stop's actually like right here, 74. Because I want to lock in We'll lock in the rest of this no matter what. NVIDIA big down candle, Microsoft big down candle. Apple's hanging in there. Meta's rolling over, big ugly H. We're still hanging out. I want this trade. I want this trade to do something. Stop me out or go get my next trim, and we can stop streaming. You guys holding through this? You locking in profit? How are you guys approaching this right now? What else was next week? Paramount, Dell. Oh, there you go. Dell, Rocket Lab, Sound. This one's SoundHound. This one's pretty big. It's on the popular filter. Let's go to 10 billion and not market cap. Duolingo. Monster. Everybody's talking about Celsius today. Monster, the best performing stock in the history of the S&P, I believe. What music do I have playing? So it's just licensed free music here on Restream. It's just automatic free music here on Restream. I don't know what is this. This one's called Chill Hop. Chill Hop. There's like lo-fi, hip hop, chill hop. There's some other like, I don't know, I've never really tried any of the other ones. Lounge, R&B, minimal house, future pop, cinematic, world music, nature sounds, rain. Anyways, yeah, that's the music I have playing. It's just background music. I like it. I sitting here in silence is terrible, by the way. Locked in some profit, holding what? Still holding, want that push higher, yeah. If I get taken out here, I will wait. Let's see what happens. I'm not convinced. This is starting to look bear flaggy, if I'm being 100% honest. Where's SPY at? There's our Europe close. 10:30 Central. What is it? 11:30 market time. Here's the problem I'm having right now. What does this look like, chat? Somebody tell me what this looks like. I don't want it to happen. I want it to hold this in reverse, but I cannot ignore what's there too, right? Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Let's see, this 5 minute. Yeah. Yep, I hate to say this. If this thing goes any lower, that's going to be a bear flag and a half on 5 minute. is our 15-minute. Hold that IB low, maybe. Maybe. Under the 9, under that 22K now, right here at the top. Doesn't look good, chat. It doesn't look good. Boy, we're hanging on by the seat of our pants here. Still hanging out, chat. Still hanging out. Until it breaks that. If it breaks this, here I'll go to the lower time frame. Break this, and I'm out. My stop really should be up here now. Maybe we can get to the top of this, and then it fails. That would be best case scenario. I do have to lower that trim to 32 now. Yep, I have to lower that trim. $32 and $35. This is a good reaction. Bullish engulf it. What time is it? We're about to, almost to lunchtime. Right there at the Euro close. This is right here's Euro close. Can we pivot a little bit? Can we do it? AMD is getting smoked still. What are we doing? Okay, Amazon and Broadcom trying to turn around. Google just made a new low. Tesla's pushing towards lows, not helping us. Well, just be careful here. Be careful this 21 right here. Candle could not engulf, could it? But it got back on the 9 here. Here's the EMA 9 right here at the bottom of it. I don't know, notice I'm not adding and subtracting or like trimming or doing anything different. Just letting the thing play out. My stop is up here now, by the way, 78. Not gonna play with it. Raised it up 4 points. Not a big deal, not a big difference, but need to start locking in some profit. It's not looking good. Where's our midpoint of the day? Oh my god. 64, midpoint of the day. Golden retrace 93. Just based on the day. This is eerily similar to yesterday's price action. Come on, chat. Somebody pump it up here. Just give me this 30 to 35 area, which is, not much different than where it already popped to, but I have to dynamically adjust here because we haven't touched this 21 and think we'll probably wick into it, get a reaction back down here. So we probably boom, boom, hopefully something like this. Hopefully something, let's see, do a path here. So hopefully something like this. That would be ideal. We'll see. Well, 20 extra minute bonus stream here as we I do have something to do at the top of the hour, so I can't sit here forever, but make sure I don't have any. I get messages everywhere throughout the day. Come on, pop it up. Somebody pop it up for me here. Looks so different on the 15. That's why I look at different time frames. SPY's looking constructive. I think SPY can get up here. IWM does not look good. Boy, look at Apple go. Oh, Tesla just broke new lows. Yeah, please pump it. Please pump it. Too many top wicks. Yeah.
Y la maestra así, y pues bajo y le dijo ay.
Come on, either stop me out or go. It looks like he's gonna come stop me out right here.
Oye, Adela, ¿cómo estás? ¿Dónde está Adela? Guapa, Alicia. Sí, está guapa, Alicia.
Consolidation. When you make a big move in the market, you typically consolidate before it picks a direction. Boy, poor Tesla. Somebody killed it. This whole thing looks like a bear flag about to break. I still don't see anything on Bookmap to the downside or the upside. I don't know. Pretty sure everyone's just hanging out. Slow market right now. Green on the day. Can't complain, obviously, but it would be nice for this to play out or play out somewhere. Looks like it's going to take me out. Take me down. Ooh, ooh. Peeking out. Peeking out of the bear flag. Why does this look like it's just going to go oof? Straight back to the lows. Tesla's still drilling. Google's drilling now. Google new low day. That's not going to help us. Amazon looks like a bear flag and a half. Nvidia's coming down. Apple couldn't save the market by itself. Flight to safety. CrowdStrike's rolling over. Maybe cooked here, chat. At least on the rest of this position. But we're going to stop and profit. If it does stop, it doesn't matter. That's why we trim. That's why I use M&Q so I can trim. And if you're taking one or two minis, how are you trimming anything? How are you locking in profit? Or you're just getting stopped out in profit all the time. You're not able to catch the bigger moves. We're under the bear flag, guys. Under the bear flag. Not a good sign. Under the IV low. Not a good sign. All right, well, for the rest of the day, keep an eye on these lows again. And then if we break lows, 871. And IWM new low. Bye-bye. Okay. All right. Well, there's my stop and profit. Green day on all my accounts traded so far. So, all right, guys, I am out of here. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll be back doing the same thing next week. Check out Edgeful. Make sure you check out Edgeful, the platform, edgeful.com. Obviously, great tools. I mean, that's a lot of bearish things going on right now, right? The data tells me bearish, so I don't want to try to do anything. Let's show you. We'll leave you guys with the bear flag. Bear flag look right there. All right. Appreciate everyone that Hey, took the short. Okay. Hey, I don't blame you, honestly. At least the way it looks. I mean, target the lows maybe. Bear flag break. I don't know. All right. Appreciate everyone that stopped by the stream. See you guys next week. Believe Wednesday and Friday for the stream. Obviously, spaces going on all throughout the week. Check out all the great content on Wolf Financial. Obviously, check out Edgeful. Go to edgeful.com. And yeah, that's it, guys. Appreciate everyone that hung out with me. Have a great weekend. Wish you all a very profitable rest of your day, end of the week. Don't push the gas pedal here, guys. Options expiration too. Don't push the gas pedal. Make good decisions. Be patient. Lock it in if you're green. Lock it up. Move on.